Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? We got another episode of Nothing Nice. It's your man JB. I'm here with the guys. Yo, what's up, Joe? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Hamstring hurt, but I'm good. Maybe we'll get into that. Maybe not. But yeah, I'm good.
we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Yo, Jake, how you feeling, man?
I'm really good.
Listen, man. Hey,
Happy
talk about
Sunday, man.
Whataburger. Hey, in
No,
3 weeks we'll be out there. Yeah. All right.
talking for
So
DBs, homie.
listen. Okay. So let me tell y'all what happened. So the Nothing Nice crew, we went out there and we got challenged to a flag football game with some other guys. We won both games. We handled business. Basically, me and Jake, we shut down our side of the field. Mook through. He was playing quarterback. He did his thing. Me and Jake were taking turns scoring touchdowns. Joe, I think it was like the first series of the game, caught a pick.
Mhm.
I mean, flashbacks. It had to have been flashbacks for him. And then after he had that flashback, we on offense. And all I know is I was running a route. And Joe, go ahead, bro. Take it away. What happened?
Grand opening, grand closing. That's what happened, brother. I did my best Aaron Rodgers, bro. I rolled out and rolled up. Nah, but bro, this is a classic case. And it's like for all the unks out there, bro. Listen, for all the unks, take it easy, man. Like, I thought I was gonna be able to hit this stop and go move, but I stopped and stumbled, brother. And I'm talking about stumbled 15, 20 yards, hamstring locked up. I was like, bro, stop. My life was flashing before my eyes. Yeah, I was like, bro, stop. Just stop moving. Just stop. I couldn't stop, bro. I'm hopping on one leg for 20 yards, but I didn't blow my hamstring out, but I pulled it pretty bad. And that's one of them injuries I haven't had in a long time. So I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. But yeah,
Man,
that's the body saying the mind saying one thing and the body doing another one, brother. That was
man,
it was
I'm
fun
telling.
though. It was fun.
No, for real, for real. But I'm telling you right now, because on that route, I was mad because I did like a little double move, and I was opening. Mook didn't hit me with the ball, so I'm
Yeah,
looking back. I'm like, "Yo, come on now!" I said, throw me the ball, and then everybody's like, "Yo, Joe, you good?" And I'm like, "What y'all talking about?" So I look over to the other side of the field, and you hopping. Your brother's coming up closer. I'm like, "Yo, what
bruh.
happened?"
What's crazy is I played tight end, right? So I'm like, I thought I was doing the safe thing and I ended up hurting myself. I probably should have just went with my first mind because Buddy pressed me. I'm like, okay, I'm old. Like, I ain't finna act like I'm just gonna blow the top off this dude. Like, I'm like, bruh, nah, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
jog him off. I was like, but I think I can double move him. I can stop. Bruh, I'm talking about when I stopped and broke down, I
Please, that
lit
was a hard stop.
I literally broke down, bro. Like my body was like, oh, "You should have." Next time, I'm just gonna run by him, bro. I'm just gonna roll the dice and just run straight up the field, bro. Cause yeah,
Listen, when in doubt, do a slant. When in doubt, do a slant and just use your body. Just we good.
man, I tried that early in the game. I don't know if you remember the first possession. I was like, man, I'm gonna play it safe. A little warm up, just run like a little 3-step slant.
Yeah.
Mook told me he was gonna throw the ball hard. I'm like, bruh, I didn't think he meant like if I'm 3 yards away from him. I'm like, right? He overthrew me. We got a pick. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta redeem myself. Then I felt like Buddy was gonna be picking on me. That's when I got that pick. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, man. But now I know what I'm dealing with. It was a wake up call. I'm excited to get back out there in 3 weeks and go back to war with y'all boys, man. We gotta keep the streak alive. We never losing to them. They gonna have to recruit somebody because
I know, absolutely. They're gonna have to call
yeah,
some people in. I saw they had high schoolers on their team. I was like,
yeah,
dang, we're gonna have to be out here for real, for real. But I was like, oh no, we good. We good. Say
yeah,
less.
yeah. We're gonna have to get the camera set up out there, man, so we can post some recap footage, man.
Yeah, we gonna have to do that. And then we did a good job winning when they want to challenge us to other sports. They're like, hey, come see us in basketball. That's like, all right.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that one. I ain't worried about that one. I did a quick athletic uncle analysis on them. I think we could get them because at first I was like, bro, we bigger than them. Like I don't know. Then I was like, man, I don't know. These dudes ain't that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, that was literally how I ended up kind of processing the interception I got. I was like, man, I'm just gonna run with this dude. I'm like dropping back, telling the safety to play over the top. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna run with him. Bro, I don't think he that fast. They ain't that fast. So nah, that basketball game gonna be rough for them boys. They had some injuries too. They just was more prepared than I was.
They had reasonable injuries. They
Yeah.
kind of like factor theirs in. They're like, listen, if it starts to hurt, just go ahead and boom, we're gonna stop.
Yeah. My boy was calling
Ball
his
full.
injury out. He was running like mid route. He was like hamstring, hamstring, hamstring. I was like, damn, we announcing his injuries. Yeah, we bad. We down bad out here. Yeah.
No, but that was fun. But yeah, we gotta get that footage out there. Whoever wants to see us in flag football, basketball, baseball, softball, whatever, volleyball, we do it all.
Yeah,
I
we need to grow that for sure.
no, for sure, for sure. We're gonna get those numbers up and we're gonna make some magic happen with that one. All right, so let's talk about it real quick. Let's hop into this NBA season that's here. It's finally, we when football season was here, we were locked in. So the NBA, we touched on it, but it didn't get the that top level love because NFL was going on. But
Right.
now we fully locked in on the NBA. Let's talk about it. Firstly, we gotta start off with Chris Paul before we talk about anything else. I'm watching Chris Paul doing all these interviews right now, and he's gonna be good because it's Chris Paul. But the NBA owes him better. He deserves better than what he got right there. What you
Man.
think, bro?
Facts, bro. Not the kind of backpedal back into the NFL, but like, what's up with all the powers that bees like disrespecting these legends though? Like, first it was Belichick, and I think
Mm,
everybody sounded off on that. And now we got the NBA doing like one of they best. It's crazy. Like that man, regardless of how you feel about Chris Paul, he played hard. He left it all on the court. Like he went out and entertained fans in 3 different cities for y'all essentially. Like, man, he brought a lot of money to the NFL. There was a point in time where like the standard for the point guard in the NBA was Chris Paul.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? I remember having conversations about when Derrick Rose was young, and like I was like, man, D Rose is like the wave, and everybody was like, nah, bro, Chris Paul. You know what I mean? So, and I respected Chris Paul. You know what I mean? I still do, but that's bad, bro. Like that's dirty, bro. I don't like that at all. Like
Yeah.
The NBA down bad for that one for sure.
And if we're being honest right now, Chris Paul's what's missing from the NBA right now. Because
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing a lot of teams that are having these real life shooting guards playing point guard,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows with the way that they're not able to close games. Case in point, the Rockets. The Rockets, I said they should bring in Chris Paul. Chris Paul can play 15, 20 minutes tonight. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just bench player minutes or whatever. But I feel like he could have really taught Reed Shepard or Amen Thompson how to see the floor. If you're going to be called to play point guard, like you got to be able to see the floor and be able to counter and know how to get your teammates open, and none of them know how to do it. The Rockets,
Nah.
with all the talent that they had and how well they did last year, they looking like they're going to be a possibly a first round exit, all because
Yeah.
they don't have a point guard.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. I mean, we'll get into the Rockets later, but as far as like just like Chris Paul, you're 100% right. Like the value that he brings to the game is only a value because ain't nobody else got it like that right now. Like nobody else is playing like the way he would play. Right? Like we don't
Sure.
value what Chris Paul brings to the game, and it's kind of sad that we don't because like that has been like I say he was the standard for the NBA point guard. Like the dude
Yeah.
played defense crazy. He's a way better defender than advertised, honestly.
Yeah.
Like he would play the passing lanes, get steals. We already know what his assist to turnover ratio was like through the roof.
Right.
Like he was great. He was a facilitator. Like he saw the floor. He was the engine that drove Lob City. Like I don't know how you not like. I don't even know what he did honestly to deserve this treatment. Like I've seen us give other players who I won't say were less to the game, but were like not on Chris Paul's elite level, better farewells. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I felt like even D Rose to an extent had a better farewell, if you will. It was kind of
Right.
a pseudo farewell, or like Paul Pierce's farewell his last year. Like, and I feel like Chris Paul deserved that. Like, regardless
Facts.
of how you feel about him,
Facts.
like that's even if you know like his backstory. I remember when he first came out of like Wake Forest. I remember hearing that like his dad didn't like. I don't know if it was exactly this, but his dad didn't really like. He didn't do the AAU thing. He
Mm-hmm.
just grinded every day in his backyard and he was under recruited and obviously went to Wake Forest and became who he is. Like
Right.
it's nothing to not respect about him other than a little bit of antics here and there, but it's stuff that the players laugh about. It ain't like nobody really hate Chris Paul. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
No,
we all
fact.
laugh about it. You know what I
Fact.
mean? Kobe respected him. Like I don't know. I feel like that's a bad look, man. But we will we'll see where this goes. We'll see.
Yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean? But
If nothing else, a lot of these teams could have used his IQ, if nothing else, to be able to see it. I know they're probably like, we have a coach and da 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 da, but Chris Paul was literally what he did with Lob City, what he was able to do with the Rockets, being able to basically get the Rockets a chance to be,
yeah.
considered one of the best 2 or 3 NBA teams in
Hmm.
history with KD and Steph on it. And that's because Harden was on that squad, but Chris Paul was the IQ and the brain of that situation to make it really be respected and run. Like we saw what they turned into when he was out. So just off of the strength of that, he
Yeah,
deserved a lot better.
there ain't I mean, I'll wrap it up with this, but like there ain't a whole lot of people who don't believe that if Chris Paul don't get hurt, we beat Golden State.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people believe that. A lot of people think that, and I don't know. That ain't that wild of a take because
it's not.
literally, what caused us to lose that game. No slight to James Harden was what Chris Paul was like amazing at. You know what I mean? James
Yeah,
Harden kind of turned it over more than we needed and kind of shot us out of the game a little bit. But having Chris Paul in that situation, I think we would have beat Golden State and probably have a NBA championship right now. But
facts.
yeah,
Completely agree with that one. All
yeah,
right. So speaking of MVPs, so we have a couple people who are kind of in their feelings right now because the NBA has that rule of 65 games in order to be an
uh,
MVP. So it looks like I think Shea can only miss. I think it was like 3 more games. Uh, I think Jokic could only miss like a handful of games, and those are like, and Lucas as well. So those are Cade's biggest comps at the MVP spot. How do you feel about the 65 game rule?
maybe I'm an old head in this sense, bro. But I agree with that. Like I think, and it's just the MVP, right? Like it doesn't take away from they still getting paid the same. Like nothing changes. It's just like we're not
It
gonna
could
give you the
it
like
could
we
take away from different like defensive player of the year. It could take away
yeah.
from
Oh well, yeah.
uh,
There's incentives built into some of these
yeah,
guys'
and
contracts.
like
Yeah,
all
you're right.
team selections. It could take away from that too.
Yeah, no facts. But man, maybe it's just like the old head in me. But I kind of agree with that though. Like, if you want to be bestowed one of the highest honors in the league amongst your peers and amongst people who are given the right to vote for that, then you got to show up. Like I don't know, I don't disagree with that. Like the load management thing, I think is cool when you brun and you in your 40s.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But like, and I know Shea got injuries and stuff too, but we know as well as anybody that like some of them NBA injuries is pretty much them just resting. Like they ain't really hurt like that. You know what I mean? But the players are wanting to protect themselves, so you got to respect that part of the game too. But I agree with it. Like if you ain't gonna play, then we just gonna be trying to figure out is it gonna be Cade or is it gonna be Ant? You know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right.
that's what it is. Like y'all don't want to play, they playing. Like it ain't what you gonna do. Like you can't argue. You can't take away from Cade and Ant playing because y'all chose not to play. Like what argument do you really have against Cade right now? And I was the person that said I didn't even think Detroit could hold on to the number one spot in the East, and it looked like they taking some punches. Like they beat San Antonio.
Right.
Uh, I mean,
They
I
beat
haven't really.
OKC the other day.
They beat OKC. I don't really know how they looked against Boston. I know they beat New York one time, I believe. They beat the Rockets. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they looking like they might finish number one in the East, and Cade looking like the best player on that team and in the league. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
if you
No,
choosing not to play, ain't helping your case against him for sure.
no, big facts. No, and I'm with you on that one. 65 games isn't a lot to ask for. You only play 82, so
Right.
65 is reasonable. And then on top of that, it's like you said, if you're not playing, how are we gonna reward you with these top honors if you're not playing? And honestly, the players did it to themselves because before it was Popovich letting Tim Duncan sit out a game in year 17, 18 because Tim, we get it. You've played a long time. 99 and all of this. Well,
Mm-hmm.
97 and all of this, actually. So go ahead. You can sit this one out. And then, okay, Tony Parker, we keep going to championships and deep on these playoff runs. You can sit out this game. Manu, you can sit out this game. And it was understood because one, San Antonio was still playing really well. He wasn't sitting them out altogether usually. And they were all vets at the time. Like they were all
Mm-hmm.
on the back end of their career, but they were still good enough to make a push for the playoffs. And he was just sitting them out crazy amounts of games. Then you start having players still on their rookie contract saying, "Hey, I'm out today."
Yeah, load management.
Please, how are you out today?
I'm 20 years old. I need load management. Like it's crazy.
Right.
I played 1 year of college basketball, which I didn't really play a lot, right? Like I was just kind of just buying my time. I left college early because once the college season is over, then we get in draft prep at that point.
Right.
I've been playing AAU basketball. I played high school basketball in some city where like nobody could guard me. Now I'm 2 years into the NBA and I need load management. Like,
Yep.
come on now. Like you ain't even
Yeah,
got that
like
many miles on you, bro.
it's what are we doing? That's what it becomes.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like
Yeah,
why are we playing? So
like every
because go ahead.
every experience you had in your basketball journey prior to the NBA was your load management.
Exactly.
Like none of y'all
Exactly.
playing that much. Like y'all ain't playing like Michael Jordan had played, and I'm starting to sound like the old head in the building. Michael Jordan had played like 100 games in college before he got to the NBA.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
No,
what I'm saying?
it's
Like, what are we talking about, bro? And y'all getting the NBA, y'all getting the NBA with 20 games. Like, if you look at that Rutgers team, right? Not that Harper and Ace Bailey, they not low management. They playing, shout out to them.
yeah.
But like that team didn't even make the tournament. Or like Ben Simmons' LSU team didn't even make the tournament, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
case with some of the higher drafted people in the draft. Like they don't even play in the NCAA tournament. Like the number one picks, those guys
Yeah.
don't even and then get to the league and be like, oh yeah, I need to sit down. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah,
Crazy.
no, that's exactly right. So the NBA had to do something because it was getting
Yeah.
ridiculous. You can't be on a rookie contract or 23, 24 talking about I need to be out 20 games. I need to be out 30 games in an 82 game season. And then
Yeah.
saying I'm also one of the best players and I deserve these accolades. So I feel like it is what it is. Players can like over these next I would say 3 years, if players can show that they'll start playing through some of these not being injured but being hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and playing through some of these things that just hurt, like your body hurts and you still go out there and you get it done, then I can see them be like, okay, we're gonna rescind this back. We're gonna bring this back and say,
Yeah.
okay, maybe instead of you have to play 65 games, you have to play 72, so you can only miss 10. But right now, yeah, I say leave it at 65 and let people be in their feelings because
65 is a fair number, bro. Like,
it is.
the league, I feel like gotta protect its stars. I get that. Yeah, allowing players to like imagine being a fan, right? And you going to the OKC San Antonio game, and then you show up and they like, yeah, Shea not playing tonight.
Right, right,
It's
right.
kind of like, why am I here? You know what I mean? I would have bought this ticket if I'd have knew Shea wasn't playing. By paying to see a Shayless OKC Thunder team, other than just like Thunder fans. But let's say they on the
Right.
road, they traveling, they come to Houston. I'm not paying to go watch them play without Shea. I want to see a man guard Shea. I don't want to see a man guard shit Joe or whoever they got on their team. You know what I mean?
Man,
But
listen, no disrespect to Nas Reed, but I want to see Ant when Minnesota comes.
right, right, right.
Yeah, it's like we want to see if we're gonna pay all this money for this and then fight traffic to get down here and then have to pay $60 to park. Let me see who I want to see. Don't say, all right, man, we really gonna ask DiVincenzo to step up tonight. Bro, what? What are we
Yeah.
Nah, I'm playing. Nah, so just off of the strength of that, man, the NBA had to do something. I feel like they did the right thing. So right now, Cade is leading in the MVP vote. Do you see anybody taking that from him, or is this
I
Cade?
think I think it's K's to lose, but I think Anna probably has something to say about that. Man, you know what? I'm trying to think of somebody in the West that could probably challenge him because it's regional biases too. But
Yeah.
I don't really see nobody in the West, honestly. Like the West I feel like is older. You know what I mean? The
You
East
don't
got the
think Wemby
youngest.
could make a push?
For MVP, I don't know. I think he got the Defensive Player of the Year kind of locked up, but the MVP that would be tough. That would be tough. If Shea don't hit this game played threshold, then I don't know. He might be the favorite, honestly, because he's the defending MVP. But it's for me, it's either Ant or Cade at this point. Shout out to like Tyrese Maxey. I think is playing crazy right now. Wemby is playing crazy.
D. Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell.
D Mitchell's playing crazy, but him having Harden gonna really free him up too. So like, yeah, I think it's going. I will say this. My take that I'll snap right now is I think the MVP coming out the East. I'll say that, but I
No,
don't know. I don't know if it's K. I think it's K's to lose. I'm willing to stand on that one. It's
I'll
either.
say this. I want you to give Wemby more respect because San Antonio right now they're number 2 in the West. They
Mm-hmm.
beat OKC either 2 or 3 times already this season,
Mm-hmm.
and that's with Shea in the lineup. I need Wemby has to be getting some looks because
Wemby gonna
that's
be
just,
Wemby gonna be an MVP multiple times in this league. I just don't know if
absolutely.
if it's this year. That's why I'm on him right now. I just don't know if it's this year. I know if they played against Chet every night, then I'd say yeah he gonna be the MVP because I don't know he hates Chet like
Oh
that
no,
man
he looks to cook Chet every time he sees him.
he be cooking Chet and I'm
Every
like
time he
Chet.
sees him.
Yeah, but no, Wimby will be in the voting for sure. He'll be in there. But you also, when the last time? Well, no, I shouldn't say that because Embiid just won one. But I was gonna say, when's the last time we saw like a big man, like a true NBA big win an MVP? Jokic and Embiid actually, and Giannis too, if
And
you
y'all,
want to count him. Yeah, yeah.
so I think Wemby. I think Wemby is gonna be the first player since was it Hakeem, where he won the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year in the same year.
Did Akeem do both in the same year?
Did he do that in '94?
He got his MVP. Whatever year it was either 94 or 95 because it was one of them years where we they gave it to David Robinson. That was the opposite year. David
Oh,
Robinson won it. Him and David Robinson won back to back is what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
But the year that they didn't give it to him that he thought he should have won it, they gave it to David Robinson. He cooked David Robinson in the
yeah.
finals in the West Coast. Yeah. But you know that would make Wemby the youngest MVP, right? Because D Rose was what, 20?
D Rose was 20.
Was he 20 or
No,
21? How old
21.
is
He was
Wemby?
21. He was 21.
So Wemby is what, 19 right now, 20?
20.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that would be history though. So that's your guy. You taking Wemby for the MVP right now?
I do. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If Wemby doesn't get injured, I think that he's going to unseat somebody in that top 3 all time. If Wemby can have a healthy career for 15 years, we don't even have to put him in like the 20 something that we starting to see players hit. I think if Wemby can be healthy for 15 years, I think we can see him put together a career that's going to be top 3 all time.
Who are you taking out of that though?
Well, my top 3 is Jordan, Kobe, and Bron.
Okay, that's probably the consensus. That's my top 3.
Yeah, so Bron or Kobe, one of them.
One of them got to come out.
One of them will end up coming out.
I don't know that he gets in the top 3. I think he for sure top 5. The only reason I'm gonna say that is I think Olajuwon had the best big man run, defensive like two-way big man run that we've ever
Yeah,
seen in NBA history. I think it's Akeem
yeah.
Olajuwon, and I'm an Akeem. He my favorite player of all time. I don't think I would put him in the top 3. So I don't see Wemby outperforming him. Is what I'm
I
saying.
think Wemby will outperform him though, because I
Yeah,
think Wemby is a better offensive player than Hakeem. As a matter of fact, I know Wemby's is a better offensive player than Hakeem, and then blocks wise, he's gonna get the blocks. Wemby does great with switching. I think he's gonna be able to do everything Hakeem does, just in a 7'5" body.
I think that matters though. Like it's not that he. I think Akeem is more skilled than Wemby. I think he's more skilled than Wemby, but I think Wemby, his height allows him to do things Akeem never could do. But that's not Wemby's fault, so I'm not gonna take that away from him.
I was gonna say, in the skill, the difference in the skill isn't. I don't think it's gonna be crazy once Wemby actually hits his prime because he's not even in his prime yet.
Nah,
Like he's
Not
still
even
facts.
close.
developing. Yeah, what you think, Jake?
Mine's Wemby as well. My thing is I don't see somebody that tall staying healthy for 15 seasons. I mean, we
Yeah,
seen it with Yao, we seen it with a bunch of other people coming in, like Greg Oden. He couldn't even freaking stay on the field or on the court to even
Yeah,
finish out
Yao
his
and
rookie
Greg Oden were
contract.
different though.
I mean, even look at Embiid. Embiid was injured his first 2 seasons, then after that, he's already missed another 2.5 seasons combined of all the other injuries.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Here's what doesn't make me nervous about that though, because Yao, Embiid, and who was the third person you say? You say Yao,
and
Embiid,
Greg
and Greg
Oden.
Oden. All
Yeah.
of them play like traditional fives. Like all of
Mhm.
them play like traditional fives with the way that they attack the game and everything else. They just had the short end of the injury stick. Wemby takes the ball out to the 3-point line a lot, and Wemby can actually shoot the rock.
I'm not arguing any part of that. Okay, I get that, but you think Embiid's injuries have to do with that? Do you think Greg Oden's have to do with that? I think it's the body grows too fast for everything else to keep up and be balanced enough for there not to be injuries. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
at the same time, we saw Shaq, who was 7'2", 330 pounds, carrying his weight around and he played a way more physical brand of basketball.
Yeah, but at the same time, people back then played through injuries. Get a chipped nail and you sitting out. Coach decision.
Yeah, I don't think Wemby's gonna be soft like that though. I don't think he's gonna be soft like that.
Also, I don't know that
I
none of them
liked what I
dudes.
saw from Wemby when it came to the All-Star game.
Exactly.
Pissed off that they lost. I love the competitiveness that he brought, and he's the one who set the tone for all the teams to start.
That's why I don't think he'll be soft like that.
Also, I don't know that none of them dudes that we mentioned spend like they off season in like the Himalayan mountains meditating with monks and like I don't know. Like
None of them
basketball,
went bald on purpose.
basketball a mental sport. I think you got to have a lot of and that plays into what you talking about, right? Like they chip a toenail and they want to sit out, right? Like mentally, Wemby I think probably will be stronger than an Embiid, Odin. Like I think he handling the pressure better, the pressure of being the number one pick and a franchise player way better than Embiid and Greg Oden for sure. Greg Oden looked like he was just like didn't even want to play at one point, and like Embiid was on this trust the process kick for so long, which was an excuse. I'm like, brother, look, you here now, like
he's
you
the
here
reason
now.
why
Y'all got
65 games have to be played.
bro. Y'all got 3 number 1 picks, and you still telling us to trust the process, bro. Like no, like Wemby is I think different mentally, so I think that will help him because I think that's what helped Elijah one. Honestly, you know him being a Muslim and meditating and just being like hyper focused all the time,
Yeah.
like deep in his faith. Like Wemby is kind of like similar to him in that way. I think that's gonna help. I don't know that he'll get to 15 years, like you say. When you 7'7", a hairline fracture is 2 foot long. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, whose hair is this?
Right. So I don't know. I don't know that he gets to 15 years, but I think he does play a longer, more stable, like Josh said, I think he plays a more stable brand of basketball than them other 2 dudes, for sure. 15 years is a long time, though. Even healthy people don't play that long. But, yeah.
I mean, it's like 15 years today isn't like unheard of. Like back in like the 90s, early 2000s, because they were playing so physical, it was like when you get to year 15, you tired. Like you broke it down. But we watching like, let me see, Russ, James Harden, guys like that, they're in year like 17 right now, and they're still hooping. KD year 19 right now, still hooping. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's just different now.
Also from a physical standpoint, like when Wemby dunking, he not landing that far. You know what I'm saying? Like
sometimes he's not landing. Sometimes it's just
not even landing. You know what I mean? Like we knew at some point Westbrook and D Rose body was gonna give out because they would dunk the ball harder than everybody, and like the way they land, bro, I'm like, bro, your knees got to be like, how many times can you do that? Wemby almost doesn't even land, like Josh said, and I ain't really seen nobody try to contest him physically yet. Like people don't really jump with him once he airborne. It's like, bro, you wasting your time at that point. Like you can try.
Do you want to be on the poster? Because that's all you're gonna do.
Unless you just fouling him, like
they're gonna just pass out this picture to a fan night. Move. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Like he ain't, so I think he could definitely hit double digit years for sure. I'm giving him 12, 13.
Dang. That means if you give him 12, 13, this is year 3, so you're saying he has 10 more years.
He got about 10 more years. He got about 10 more years. Because also I think the game will change again. I don't know what it's going to change to, but the game changes about every 10 years. You know, what if we go back to a physical brand? Like, then what? Then what Wemby? What is Wemby? Wemby gonna look like Sam Perkins at that point.
The only way we go back to a physical brand is if the rules change. If the rules don't change back, like to where either they allow hand checking or it would have to be the hand check rule because I can't see them like they're not gonna touch a flagrant rule. Like because back then you could clothesline people and they'll be like 2 shots.
And we moving back. We moving back towards that.
Are we?
Yeah, because I think the way those rules get dictated are like who is the face of the league. Like when Steph became the face of the league, everybody became a perimeter based team at that point. Everybody started shooting, and then that was where we get James Harden, Devin Booker, guys who rely on all three levels as opposed to just wherever. But I think now with Shea get a lot of contact, Ant get a lot of contact, Tyrese Maxey get a lot of contact. Like
And
they not.
it's not the same. Okay, Shea gets the James Harden contact to where it's like you really did this. It's not really them doing it to you. You're the little brother who's like, he touched me, like that type. Yeah, Ant's being aggressive and he's like figuring stuff out. Same with
He gets
Maxi. Yeah, so it's a little different with Shea. If Shea's the face of the league, then it's gonna be the same thing that it was in the late 2010s and early 2020s.
Yeah, it look more like Kobe right now to me than Steph, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe
Like
that's
the
just
like
me.
the 9, 10, 11 years.
Yeah, like it's a lot of pivots. It's a lot of get into a spot in the paint. It's a lot of pump fake. It's a lot of finish at the rim. I think I see that more now than like now. If you just a flat out shooter, you almost like an anomaly now. I feel like because like the shooters don't carry teams no more. I feel like Steph is Steph. He
Right.
revolutionized the game. But once he gone, then what we left with? Like think about the next Olympic team, right? We got Devin Booker who might be the shooter on that team. Everybody else is three-level guys.
well.
Nah, you're not
I
lying.
think Booker's more than just a 3-point shooter though, because he does a lot of mid range, and I mean,
Yeah.
he'll take the layup, but the layups there. It's more so
But
like
But
the
I'm saying he might be the best player on the next Olympic
like the
team.
best shooter on the squad.
Yeah, I think he will be the shooter.
Yeah, like who
But
else
but
is
look
gonna be
at
the
the
shooter on that squad?
but look at the last Olympic team, right? You had KD, you had Steph, you had a few guys who could shoot the ball. Like I don't know that we're gonna be able to really rely on a three ball in the next Olympics, right? If K gonna be our starting point guard, you know what I'm saying? Tyrese Tatum gonna be back. Like Tatum can shoot the ball a little bit, but we don't even know what he gonna look like when he come back. You
well,
know what I
And if
mean?
Steve Kerr's coaching him, he'll never see the floor.
Yeah, and Anthony Edwards takes a lot of shots, so he can shoot the ball, but I don't know that he just rely on that.
he's got the highest 3-point percentage this year.
Yeah, yeah, he take a lot of threes. He
He
take a lot of threes. He making them too.
and he's 52% on catch and shoot, and he's 46% overall.
Yeah, he's streaky. He like Melo in that way. He's streaky. When he get going, it
Yeah,
don't matter.
games that he's just rough.
Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
where you
say, once the playoffs get here, all that cute three stuff it's gonna dwindle down
Mm.
because that's what
my
teams are gonna lock in on. And
my frustration with Ant is when we play teams that we're supposed to beat, his defensive intensity is nowhere near what it normally is, and that can't be the case. So if you watch the Wolves, we're inconsistent, and we're like 50-50 with the teams we shouldn't, or with the teams we should just kill, and
yeah,
then we're beating the teams that should be close. But I mean, with
that's
no way in crap we should have been close to the Mavericks, and no way we should have lost the 76ers when they had as many people out as they did. Yeah, we had two big guys out. We had missing Rudy Gobert, so really missing one guy. Other guys a bonus from him being out. But then Randall and our rookie both got in foul trouble in the first 5 minutes. They both had 2-3 fouls. So now we're out there with zero bigs. You got McDaniels playing center. That was interesting.
that was wild. That's what that was. So let me switch it up real quick. We have the Cavs, who also, you already know that's my squad. They've had a big switch with Harden and Cleveland now. Dooney was on here a couple weeks ago, and he told me I shouldn't be excited about the James Harden trade. I said James Harden is going to do what he's been doing. He's going to make Jared Allen look crazy insane. Like he's gonna be able to catch lives, da 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 da. The bigs always play better. Mitchell's still gonna be Mitchell, so he thought he was gonna take away from Mitchell. Right now, the Cavs are basically tied for second place right now with Boston. So tell me this: James Harden in Cleveland, that experiment this year will be considered successful if what?
Y'all get
If
a
y'all, yeah, I think if y'all get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I will call it a success.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
right there. I'm not
Yeah,
saying you need to win a chip, but you need to at least win the freaking conference finals.
shit. I think short term, if y'all beat Detroit tomorrow, I would say that would say a lot.
Well, get ready to shock the world. We're beating Detroit tomorrow. Right. That will happen.
Harden trade is y'all traded away future for now, and James Harden got that much left in the tank. And
For what we asked James Harden to do, I feel like he could do that the next 4 years. We asked him to initiate the offense, get about 8 to 11 assists a game, give us about 15 points. You don't have to go crazy. 15 points.
I've never been to Ohio. How many strip clubs are in Ohio?
Listen, that's neither here.
Or now.
Listen, when you're rich, the world is down the street.
Yeah, the strippers come to you.
Listen,
strippers come to you.
Delta, United Airlines, Frontier, whatever you want to put them on, they all fly across to Cleveland. They all come out of that airport. So that's not even like a worry for him. He's good. Plus, I think his
that's a distraction for him. That dude.
I was gonna say I think his lady's from Cleveland too.
I disagree with one take that you said though. Like y'all don't need him to go crazy. I think y'all do need him to go crazy.
I do too, especially in the playoffs, because in the playoffs the Cavs just freaking shrank.
Yeah,
they did not play free. They
what's go crazy. What's
go crazy? He needs to average 20 and 10. Otherwise, you might as well have just kept Darius Garland.
20 and 10 is not crazy though.
That's crazy. In a playoff series, 20 and 10 double is crazy.
Throughout the playoffs, he would need to average 20-some points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds.
No, he doesn't have to do that. Because with Mobley and Allen there, they're going to be getting a lot of the rebounds off the rip. And then the 20 points, okay, I can agree with that. 10 assists is a lot if your name's like Chris Paul or Rondo. So I would probably bring that down to like 8.
But if he not getting 10 assists, Jared Allen not scoring.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not giving you the production he needs in order for 2 of your starters to produce. Then you down to Mobley and Mitchell, which is what you were essentially with Darius Garland when he wasn't in the game.
But here's the problem, because Darius Garland was good. I don't think anything bad of him, but there's nothing that Darius Garland does better than James Harden. James Harden's a better scorer, a way better passer, a better rebounder, a better defender. Like, teams on defense, it was legit. I know. I said what I said. Say, hey, get Darius Garland on me so I can get this easy layup.
But they're going to do that to James Harden, too.
Harden is they trash defenders. None of them are good.
Yeah, the guys that you need to stop in the East in a playoff series, James Harden is not guarding any of them. He's not guarding Jalen Brunson. He's not guarding Jaylen Brown. He's not guarding Cade. He's not guarding none of them. It's really, it's gonna be Mitchell. Mitchell got to contain all of them dudes.
I was gonna say no. The guy who they got in the draft, who they got with Schroeder, when they made that trade, not Schroeder, but the other guy they got with him. That's who they always put on like the wing who's hooping, and then also Tyson. They put Tyson on them too. Also, we got Schroeder, who is also a capable scorer and passer. So it's not all on Harden's shoulders to be a 20 and 10 guy. That's all I'm saying. So in conclusion, we're gonna win the championship this year. You heard that? You heard that,
man? It's gonna be tough, man. That East is tough. That East is fast.
I'd say Cleveland has just as good of a chance of winning the title as the Wolves.
What? That's disrespectful.
But I think the Wolves can. I think the Wolves can get to the Western Conference Finals again, though.
They cannot.
I do too.
Huh?
What? Hold on. Let me go see where they are right now.
I'll stop them. Hey, from 3 to 6, you got the Rockets. I can't remember who else.
You know who the Wolves have in round 1 right now? The Nuggets.
Ooh. They can beat the Nuggets.
They're not beating the Nuggets.
We've beat them 3 times in the playoffs.
They can beat the Nuggets.
Wait, who'd y'all lose to last year?
OKC.
We lost to OKC in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
The only problem is the Nuggets took OKC to 7, and the Wolves lost in what, 4, 5?
5.
I
don't remember what the series split was.
I still believe the Wolves with Cat are better than the Wolves with Randall.
Huh?
I still believe, yes.
Nah, I don't know. Randall goes off in the playoffs.
He does not. Not really.
It's not even really Randall. It's a combination of Randall and Naj Reid together that I think gives people problems.
And Randall made is our highest assist guy.
Yeah.
I know that's not good though. But the year, okay. So not last year, but the year before that. When who did you all beat? You all beat the Nuggets the year before, right?
Yeah,
And
and I
then
think they lost to Dallas, right?
So they beat the Nuggets the year before, and that's when Cat was like cooking. Like he was basically seeking out Joker on the switch, and he was cooking, and he would take the defensive assignment on Joker because he could move his feet better than trash Rudy Gobert. Cat is better than Julius Randle is.
I need y'all to put some respect on Gobert name though.
Out how to beat
Rudy
the Nuggets.
Hold on, Jake, give me 1 second. Rudy Gobert is trash. I can't
Rudy,
stand it. I've had a
Ru-
vendetta against that man ever since ever since the bubble when Donovan Mitchell was out there fighting for his life against Joker and Jamal Murray, putting up 50, and Rudy Gobert was doing 8-8.
Rudy
8-8.
Gobert, Rudy Gobert, Rudy Gobert is the best rim defender before Wemby got here. Is the best rim defender in the NBA in the
But
last 10 years.
In the last
to Josh's point,
I'm gonna have to fact check that. Anthony Davis,
not catch a ball unless it is lobbed to him.
100%. 100%. And Anthony Davis was a better rim protector than Rudy Gobert.
Nah.
Yeah, yes.
Nah.
12 games he played each season.
Yeah, right.
Those 12 games.
In that 8-game stretch, he was killing.
No, because that would go back to Anthony Davis when he was in New Orleans. It'll go back to when he was in New Orleans. So that Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, like, okay, here's my thing about Rudy Gobert that you really can't say about any other defensive player of the year, especially ones who have multiple awards. We don't know another defensive player of the year where the other team's players would seek him out on the pick and roll. Like, give me him every time. Luka, Jamal Murray, anybody who can handle the ball, they said, give me the screen, give me Rudy Gobert. That's who I'm most comfortable with.
Nobody was guarding Luka. It didn't matter if it was Gobert.
No.
It didn't matter.
But Luka multiple times was calling him out. He was like, Luka was on purpose saying, give me that switch.
Because they want to get him off the floor, get him in foul trouble because they know if he's on the floor, it's a hard bucket. But
that sounds good. But Luka was pulling up with three.
There's a few reasons.
Give me on the switch, and I'm still pulling up.
Bro, there's like there's like three bigs in the entire league that can handle that switch. Maybe three. And nobody can do it.
Maybe one of those three should have been the defensive player of the year and not Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, but they wouldn't put in that position though. Like
There's three reasons.
Go
One,
ahead.
he's a big. Okay. 2, to get him in foul trouble. 3 is so Doncic could suck him out of the paint so he could just throw his lobs to Gafford. Those bigs in Dallas.
Yes. I'll go ahead.
To Joe's point of James Harden making the bigs better and all that stuff, and so if he's not assisting that many times, the bigs ain't scoring. Yeah, same thing on Dallas. Since Luka's been gone, those bigs are not anything what they used to be.
I don't even know a big in Dallas right now.
Dallas is playing injuries right now too. But even outside of that, here's my thing. Luka was getting the switch on him at the 3-point line, not at the free throw line, like way behind the 3-point line. And he wasn't like, hey, I'm about to really give you this take of me driving to the hoop. He's like, no, we're down 2. I'm going to shoot this 3 in your face. At no point, I'm even going to push the envelope to make you think that I'm about to drive and lob it to anybody. I'm just 1, 2, da-da-da-da. Here I am. Jamal Murray, Jokic, give me the switch right here. Mid-range. Mid-range, the floor is already sunken. So the floor is smaller because we're starting in the mid-range. Jamal Murray, 1, 2, boom, in your eye. We don't know any other multiple defensive player of the year that players were seeking him out in multiple moments and the biggest moments to be like, there's nothing this guy can do with me.
I'm fact checking that.
Go ahead.
You know what? I don't even have to fact check that. I'm gonna ask you this: what defensive player of the year is switching on Luka Doncic, playoff Luka? Because we know Luka don't come into the season in shape. He been drinking beer out in Europe and hanging out and not sleeping and not working out. Luka just got in shape this year. All right?
Yeah.
Playoff Luka. What defensive player is gonna stop him? What defensive player of the year is gonna
No
stop
one.
him? I might be wrong. I'm asking. I'm not debating. Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi for sure.
That's a good call.
Kawhi for sure.
Kawhi
Here,
size would bother him
but
for sure.
here's my
strength.
question. Here's my counter question to that. Would you rather? And I'm not even giving you defensive player of the year. Would you rather have Bam guard Luka or Rudy Gobert guard him?
Okay, we all know Bam is a 6'11" guard, bro. That's not fair, bro.
Would you rather have AD guard Luka or would you rather have Gobert guard him?
Okay,
Luke. I don't think it matters what I'd rather have. I think Luka getting that bucket either way.
Who's gonna make his life harder? Who as a coach would you be like, I'm more comfortable with this guy guarding him than this guy?
How do you make Luka uncomfortable though? That man shoot from the parking lot. Like, how do you make him uncomfortable?
At least I know AD could go out to the parking lot and move his feet well enough. Gobert looks like the Iron Giant out there.
He gonna cook AD too.
Jaden McDaniels can guard Luka. However, that's why he went to Gobert, because he didn't want McDaniels.
Yeah, for all we know, he was running from Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, because we saw when Kyrie and them were there, and they had 20 seconds to score a bucket, and they couldn't even get a shot off when Ant was guarding Kyrie, and you had McDaniels on Luka.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels is basically Scottie Pippen. Like, I don't know that Luka would just dog him in that situation, in a pick and roll situation, with Gobert at the rim helping.
No, fact.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
There's a lot of guys that I'll pick over Gobert. That's why I don't respect him. Because the thing that he's supposed to be best at,
trust me.
The thing Gobert's supposed to be best at, in too many situations, we're picking somebody else that we would rather be in that position taking care of it.
Nah, because he ain't best in the pick and roll. That's where he's best. No,
I'm talking about defense. Yeah. His hat is hung on defense. If your hat is hung on defense, I need you to be the best defensive player.
His hat is hung on down low defense and
defending the rim.
Rebounding.
Defending the rim. That's what his hat is hung on.
Yeah. But then when he sees Jokic acts like he's not even there. That's why they had to put Cat on Jokic in that series that y'all beat them. Because
do we realize the level of talent that we're speaking about that we have to use to get a takeoff on Rudy Gobert?
Because here's my thing.
Jokic might be the best big man statistically ever if you look at his numbers on paper.
Okay, Rudy was getting handled by AD too, though. That's my thing. It's like, okay, you're not taking care of the smalls, you're not taking care of the bigs, so all you're doing is getting this weak side help blocks. That's what you're doing.
When's the last time he got handled by AD?
Well, I mean, help. He's been on IR a lot. but the last time,
the last 3 times AD's played against us, we beat Dallas and whatever team he was on by 20 every freaking time.
AD never left the bubble.
Man, listen.
AD never left the bubble.
Let me see. I'm about to see that head to head real quick.
We're not even calling him AD no more. His name is Anthony Davis now.
No, that's Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's Anthony Davis, brother. That is not AD. AD was what we saw in the bubble. We haven't seen that in now 6 years, bro.
No, that's sad.
But you naming some elite level guys that are like, they was cooking Rudy Gobert.
No, because that's who he's gonna see. Like, I don't care that Rudy Gobert has a good game or a solid game against the Washington Wizards. Like,
but
who they got?
90% of the time, 90% of the time, he is the best rim defender in the NBA, which is a high clip, bro. 90% of the time.
Is he the best rim? I just feel there's too much put on that. There's too much put on that. Because with the game not being played necessarily right there like that anymore, like if he was guarding like Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, like when bigs really were bigs at the time, and he was like locking up, you ain't hear nothing from me. You got it, bro. You got it, big dog. That's all you. But in a world where the guards and the small forwards are taking over, and then the bigs who are tough, you're not handling them either. What are we really talking about?
But nobody is handling them, though.
Drew Holidays defensive player of the year.
Nobody is handling them though.
The guys you're talking about, nobody can handle them.
We saw Drew Holiday when Boston played Dallas in the finals. We saw Drew Holiday essentially lock up Kyrie. And we saw Jaylen Brown. We saw Jaylen Brown give Luka everything he could handle. Like, there are guys. That's why I'm like, the defensive player of the year might need to start going to like the 1, 2, and 3s.
But they're not gonna do that for an 82 game stretch though, or a 65 game stretch. They're not gonna do that for a 65 game stretch though.
But to Josh's point, since the game is so much more perimeter oriented, that the defensive players that are getting defensive player of the year should be ones that are guarding those people out at the perimeter and stuff like that too.
But I gotta disagree because the perimeter numbers is up. All the shooting numbers is up, so they're not doing a good job at it. Like, they're not doing a good job of stopping them.
Well, Rudy isn't either.
You just don't like Rudy because he coughed on the mic.
That's another thing. That's the best defense I've ever seen him play. When he coughed on the mic and shut down the league. That's
Rudy coughed on the mic was out of pocket. I'm not gonna. I can't defend that. There is no defending that.
That's the last time I see him shut anything down.
Bro, I didn't even.
Yeah, what are you talking about? He shut the whole NBA down and essentially the world.
Bro,
that was his defensive player of the year award right there.
He was so out of pocket for that, bro. He got some very much out of pocket moments. Dad, he got choked out by Draymond.
A defensive player of the year should not be getting choked out by Draymond.
Nah, I would agree with you on that take.
Out in basketball, period.
I would agree with you on that take. Dennis Rodman would never, bro. Like, you ain't choking me out.
They had
Olajuwon, you gonna choke Olajuwon out?
Shaq.
You choking Shaq out, Olajuwon? Come on, dog. Like, man, no. Now that I will agree with. He is the softest. He might be the softest.
And he has four. He has four. Like let's really think about this. Like, let's go. He has more defensive player of the year trophies than everybody else, right? I don't know anybody who has more than him. Do y'all?
Don't pay that close attention.
Are we putting him in our top 5 defensive players all time? No.
Hell no.
Will we put him in our top 10? No.
He might be 5.
5?
He might be 5.
Oh, Joe.
He might be 5. He might be 5.
Joe, humor me.
He might be 5.
Who you got?
Olajuwon is 1 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to look at maybe MJ in that conversation.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think you got to look at MJ in that conversation. MJ was a dog on D. Kawhi is there
easily.
Shaq.
Kawhi is there. Damn, I like Drew. I like Drew over Pat Bev. Pat Bev's just antics though. He antics and energy.
Mm-hmm.
He's mental.
If you give me those 4 right there.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Young Shaq was a dog on defense.
Mm-hmm.
He was. I won't argue against that.
Whole prime because he stuck around too long.
The only other person I would argue against Shaquille O'Neal would be Ben Wallace. But
right. And then you
Ben
have
Wallace.
You still didn't say Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, I didn't say Mutombo either. I'm thinking.
Okay. I was gonna say you can't put this man in your top 5.
Easily before Gobert gets there.
You can't put him in your top 10.
But if I go let's say I go more than it. Let's say but I think Gobert is better at what they are known for than Dwight Howard, Mutombo, and Alonzo Mourning. I think he's better than them. He averaged more blocks than them.
Gobert's going up against the easiest. Like, this is the easiest time to be a 5 in the NBA. This is the easiest time to be a 5 in the NBA because you don't have to see all the guys who we already named, like the Davis Robinson, Tim Duncan, a KG, a Shaq, an Olajuwon, a Patrick Ewing. This is the easiest time to be a 5. He has to see hard comp twice. Jokic, who cooks him every time he sees him, and sometimes, no, he won't get out there with Cat. So Joel Embiid, who also cooks him every time he sees him.
There's other guys. There's other guys.
Who?
There's other guys. It ain't just them. He gotta see Giannis. He gotta see.
He's not guarding Giannis. He is not guarding Giannis.
But Giannis is getting to the rim. He's getting to the rim.
He's moving out of the way.
He ain't moving out of the way. I bet he's blocked Giannis before.
Gobert's trapped behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? He ain't now. Listen, he ain't ducking no smoke at the rim now. That's
That's
what he
why.
not doing.
That's why Russ has like 3
Yeah, he
highlight dunks on him.
Yeah.
people.
Shit, one year he was guarding Russ in the playoffs because Russ couldn't shoot.
And hey, wait. What really stamped my dislike for Rudy was Russ was at a game, right? He was hooping. He's talking to a fan on the side. This is when he was in OKC, and he was in Minnesota. He said, "Is Rudy Gobert your favorite player?" And the kid said, "Yeah." And he said, "Watch this." He points up. They throw the ball to him. Boom! I was like, "We're good." He's having side conversations about how he's about to bully this man with fans. We're good. Don't worry about it.
Man, I think Gobert. I think you can argue him in the top 5 for sure.
But you cannot.
You
I,
can.
I don't see
I
how.
can't. There's not. It's not a clear argument that Dwight, Dikembe, Alonzo Mourning are better than him defensively.
They all
It's
had
not
to
like
go against Harder Comp.
they all got cooked too though. That was all. It was Mo Biggs averaging 20 points a game in the league back then for a reason.
They were back. Like
Everybody had a center that was averaging 20, bro. Rick Smits was like 18 and 10 back then, bro. Like, come on. They wasn't playing D that hard.
Jefferson got 20 points most nights.
Right. It was pretty easy for a big man to get 20 points back then, bro. It was pretty
I mean,
easy.
they were better, though.
Gobert might have averaged 18 in that era.
Cap, you have gone too far.
Bro, he might have, bro.
Draymond guards Gobert. If you're not getting 18 against Draymond, you're not getting 18 in that era.
I don't think Gobert would get that many more points back then because Gobert cannot do post-up moves very
He
well.
has no post-up move. It's lob or nothing.
He's lob and dunk.
That's it.
On defense, he would be able to compete with them, but offensively, he does not have the coordination, the touch, or the footwork.
Which era are we talking about? We talking 90s or early 2000s? Because it wasn't that many 7'5" guys walking around back then.
You can have either one, and Sean Bradley was there getting dunked on too. He would have been Sean Bradley. That's who he would have been.
You crazy. Gobert's way better than Sean Bradley, bro.
Sean Bradley.
Sean Bradley, my boy.
He would have been Jonathan Bradley.
That is, bro. That's a level of disrespect. We need to move on. That's hella disrespectful, bro. Sean Bradley.
I said what I said.
Sean Bradley was so bad, bro.
Bro, Stevie Francis
Sean Bradley was so bad. I just want you to know Vlade Divac was averaging like 20 in that era, bro. I want you to know that.
Vlade, I don't think Vlade was averaging 20, but I'll say this. Vlade walked so Jokic could run.
Vlade was a bucket. Him and Sabonis was out there killing people, bro. The defense couldn't have been that crazy.
They were the foundation of what Jokic would become. And
yeah, they was really good. Yeah, they was really good. But I'm saying, would they have been that good in this era though?
Yes, where there's more spacing, and Sabonis came in with a midi.
I'll give you Sabonis. I'm not giving you Vlade.
I was gonna say, and Sabonis was like 30 something when he came into the league. Like Sabonis was tough. Yeah, Sabonis would have been tough in any era. Vlade would have been nice too. Vlade would have been what Sabonis Jr. is right now. Yeah. They would have been the same vibe.
Nah, he'd have been. Nah, he'd have been Buddy. What was Buddy that was that played for Indiana that only do the reverse dunks? That would have been Vlade.
Who only does reverse dunk?
With the tall white dude. Londale is not Londale. Is that Londale? I can't remember his name. Every time he dunk, he do a reverse dunk. But nah, man.
Oh yeah.
Number 32.
Yeah, I just saw a video about him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Vlade right there.
All right, so let me see. All right, so I have some questions for y'all. All right, so tell me this. Which NBA superstar, wasted their prime carrying a bad team?
Ooh.
Got it.
Go ahead, Jake.
Kevin Garnett.
He should have left Minnesota for... Oh, that's sad. You from Minnesota, bro.
Oh, I know.
Dang.
For him that he got the championship when he left.
Dang. Ooh, okay. What's up, Joe? Who you think?
If we staying in Minnesota, can I go Kevin Love?
No,
I feel like...
But, I mean...
He left.
Yeah, technically he left it with the Cleveland.
When he left, his numbers plummeted.
Who we talking about? Kevin Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Love.
Yeah, because he wasted all his years in Minnesota.
No, he was still young.
He wasted all his years in
He was
Minnesota, bro.
5, 6 years in Minnesota. If that.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's a
because he
good
was
question,
outside
dog.
his rookie deal.
That's a good question, man.
Mine's Allen Iverson.
They went to the finals.
Anderson
I
got
don't. That's why
privilege.
it was just him.
They went to
It was just
they went to the
like
finals.
if you ever like that's why when they say like Brown took the worst team to the finals in '07, I'm like, no, that AI squad was the worst team I've ever seen go to the finals. Like, like that team was literally like, who you gonna pass it to for real, for real? Like Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, bro. Like it was to the point where AI was like, why would I pass the ball if you just gonna pass it back to me with 3 seconds left? I might as well keep this and make something cook. If AI would have been able to team up with somebody, or like somebody would have came to Philly, like my boy deserved a ring. He was hooping. I feel like he's my number one on that list.
I think
He the most talented one on that list if we doing that for sure. But damn. You know why I feel like was always in the All-Star game and I never really understood why was Gordon Hayward.
yeah.
I feel like I never knew why. I feel like he was in like too many All-Star games. And he was on some bad teams.
The NBA, I think, because that was kind of coming off of that from Karl Malone and John Stockton to D. Will and Boozer. So they were just used to like somebody representing Utah. So they were like, "Come on, y'all, you can pull up. You can pull up."
They had him and Karolinko and all them
I
dudes.
like Karolinko though. Karolinko was nice.
AK-47.
He was ahead of his time.
Damn, that's a tough question, bro. What are we calling a waste though? Like we saying just like underachieved, like the team underachieved, or
like they hooped, but their team like they had no help for it.
Did Melo ever really get help?
He got AI for a little bit at the end of his career.
Nah, that wasn't help at that point. Okay, no, but when Melo was in Denver though, remember it was him because they went to the Western Conference Final and lost to the Lakers. It was him, Chauncey, Kenyon Martin was on that squad, J.R. Smith, I think, and they were all young at the time, but
and Marcus Camby.
That was a nice squad. And then he went from there to it was him and Amari Stoudemire and Raymond Felton in New York. So I mean he's had some teams.
Yeah, AI man, it's gonna be hard to beat that one.
Yeah, I got AI with this one.
Yeah.
Cause that was sad. All right, let me see. Okay, so this is my last one, and then we're gonna close it out. All right, so if you take away their coaching systems, who would have the best career and who would have the worst career? Michael Jordan, Kobe, Magic, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, and Tim Duncan. Take away the coaching system, who would have the best career and who would have the worst career?
I think Michael Jordan would still be able to overcome.
Yeah. Michael's just naturally just good, bro.
I think that Tim Duncan would have struggled more because you need to have the others around you to get it to you. Magic Johnson and Kobe are about the same. I think they'd be fine still, but not as good.
Yeah. Larry Bird, I feel like it's like middle of the pack. Like
him and Curry, I think would still have decent careers because all they do is shoot. You just get the ball and throw it up.
Larry Bird was good though, but I don't know that had anything to do with his coach.
I think Magic would have had the best career, honestly, because I think Magic actually won with the most coaches.
Yeah.
Like, all his wins weren't with Pat Riley.
Also, I think, because didn't Magic was kind of the reason Pat Riley started coaching the way he did. Like, it wasn't the other way around. Like, it wasn't Pat Riley's system. It was Pat Riley adjusting to Magic because, like, Kareem didn't want to run. Kareem didn't want to run. He wanted to play slow and half court.
Hey, what's up with the half court?
However,
right. So Magic might not be the wrong take on that. Magic might be right. Actually, he might be probably more than Jordan because I feel like Magic was gonna be whatever he was gonna be, regardless who his coach was gonna be. We know that for a fact. Like he didn't change.
And Jordan would have just had hella accolades. Jordan would have had all the MVPs. He probably would have had like 3 or 4 championships still. But I don't think he probably would have got to 6. I think he would have been probably around that 3-4 range.
Man, It's hard to
No, because I think Michael Jordan would actually stayed in the league longer because he wouldn't have gotten bored.
I think Steph would have had the worst career, to be honest.
You think so?
But here's why. Here's why. Because Steve Kerr built off of the system that Mark Jackson put there, right? But Mark Jackson was a point guard, and Mark Jackson had great vision. So remember at first it was Monte Ellis and Steph Curry, and they weren't playing like that. But Mark Jackson was like, "Hey, let's free Steph up and let's get him more pin downs and motions and all the 27,000 screens."
Right.
During that time of where the NBA was at that time, no other team was doing that for us. So I don't see another coach that would have been like, "Hey, let's try this out." Like Steve Kerr would have never had that job if Mark Jackson didn't throw the alley oop for that. Because we see with Jonathan Kuminga, Steve Kerr's not good with like undeveloped talent. Like we got through like talent, but like you don't know, like you haven't seen him thrive in it yet. Because like,
Bro, they haven't drafted a player worth a damn since the Mark Jackson guys.
I mean, Kuminga looks good. Kuminga went straight to Atlanta. First game, I think he had 27. Kuminga had like one streak where he was like 20 something every game with like 5 or 6 rebounds, some assists, da da da. And then Steve Kerr said, "All right, cool. Get on the bench. Next 3 weeks, you on the bench."
Yeah,
But if he not playing for them, then it's like you didn't draft the right guy, regardless of how we feel about him. Like you didn't draft somebody that fits your system.
That's
And then
right.
you drafted James Wiseman. You took him #1. And like, my God, is that man not the greatest bust in NBA history? I think he probably is. I think he might be the biggest bust in NBA. Was he #1?
Talent.
Was he one in that draft or 2? He was 2.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah, it was Anthony Edwards that year. Because
Yeah.
both were looking at both. And I was
right.
like, no, go Ant.
Yeah, and that's funny you said that because I just saw a clip where Ant was like he worked out for
Steve Nash.
the Warriors. He worked out for the Warriors and like he started throwing up and Steve Kerr was like, "Yeah, we'll never draft anybody like you." And I'm like, "Steve Kerr, what?" what?
Yeah, but then and took that as motivation and actually got better. So that actually helped us.
Yeah, but you drafting James Wiseman though? Like, what did Wiseman do in this workout? What did he show you that Anthony Edwards didn't show you? I don't know. Well, you were picking 2 either. You was picking 2, so it didn't really matter. You weren't going to get Anthony Edwards anyway.
Yeah, but
still,
LaMelo.
Yeah.
You said who?
LaMelo.
Oh yeah.
LaMelo would have been the 3rd pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a wild thing to say to Anthony Edwards, bro. That's a wild thing to say to that dude.
Like Steve Kerr, he's gonna go to the Hall of Fame because you can't keep with his resume. You can't keep him out of the Hall of Fame. But I hope that man has to have like a great relationship with God because the amount of favor he had to be able to walk into that job and have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Iggy, all those guys, KD,
even Livingston.
Please, right? Sean Livingston, Barbosa was there for a little bit. Yep. Like he had the biggest alley oop in the history of the league. Like nobody's had an alley oop like that.
Nah, facts. He did. That dude, man, he inherited. Like, I'm glad he won. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if he didn't win with that, I don't know that people would have talked crazy about him for not winning. Because honestly, they kind of came out of nowhere. Like nobody expected that team to become a dynasty. Like prior to them getting KD, but that man got lucky, man.
No, big.
Yeah, he might be in the Epstein files. I don't know what he did to pull that one out. Like,
man, please.
But going back to Joe's point of them not drafting well since Jackson was a coach, I don't necessarily agree with that because I think they did get talent there. I think they do a very horrible job at talent development of the young guys.
Yeah,
that's because Mark Jackson developed the talent. Mark Jackson Mark Jackson developed that talent. Like they gave Mark Jackson all the credit for that. Like they say, Mark Jackson gave us the confidence to do this and the third. Like people thought it was crazy when Mark Jackson was like, Steph and Klay are going to be the greatest front court in the history of the NBA, and people are like, wait, what? And then boom, it happens, and like he gave him that confidence. He gave him the way to see the floor, how to play the game. He unlocked Draymond. They just, they played him, and Steve Kerr got to
I unlock Draymond. Say you unlock somebody when they still can't score.
Well, okay. So, did you watch Draymond at Michigan State?
Yeah.
I did because they played Carolina, who was
Yeah,
my team. They played them on the
Draymond
battleship.
Draymond at Michigan State was hooping. Like he was doing everything for them, and he was hooping. But when you're on a team with Steph and Clay, you know your role isn't going to be what you were doing at Michigan State.
Okay,
your role is something else. So,
but look, when Clay were both hurt, he never stepped up offensively.
Well, it's okay when you practice one way for so long, and you're working on like being the enforcer, playing defense, doing the passes, doing the rebounds, doing the dirty work, and you're not like just locking in every day on let me work on this, get in the bucket. It's hard to just go back to that when that hasn't been your main focus for like 12 years.
Nah, you got to be a complete player if you're gonna get paid.
Sometimes you get paid just for what you could do, like Rudy Gobert.
I think they thought Draymond was gonna be a bucket, and he ended up turning into what he is, which is fine because that they needed that too. But I don't think you get rid of David Lee for a player you think not gonna score, because David Lee was a scorer. Like you ain't shipping out what he was.
But David Lee was a scorer, but David Lee wasn't such a prolific scorer that when you saw what Steph and Clay could do, and then remember they got Iguodala, so who can also put the ball in the hoop. So when you have those three guys, and you have Harrison Barnes who can stretch the floor, is that like you're like what Draymond does, and we're invested in his development so much, we can go ahead and move on from David Lee, who can score, but Draymond just has more that he can offer to the team. Like he can run some of the point to where Steph doesn't have to carry that burden, and he could just kind of freelance it.
He can put the other team in headlock and kick nothing.
Hello?
I mean,
I'm gonna put him in a team that could beat up the other team matters.
Right. That man created a whole statistical category based off like wrestling moves. Like he leading the league and all of that right now. It's a whole new metric. Like Draymond created a metric.
That's wild. Yo, but I appreciate y'all pulling up. This has been another episode of Nothing Nice. Y'all make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think in the comments. Make sure you send it out to everybody. Joe, my boy, I appreciate you. Make sure you ice that hammy. Go ahead and heal up.
Listen, I got ice, I got biofreeze pads, I got an electric Tim stimulation machine, I got listen, I got Aleve. I'm over here in full rehab mode. I'm coming back.
Listen, my boy, they're gonna get you a commercial. You're gonna have a commercial. Yo, and Jake, I appreciate you, man. And you already know we lock up that whole left side of the field. No one's throwing over there. So we Gucci on our side. You already know. Exactly. Lock up the puppies. It's been another episode of Nothing Nice. We out.